Welcome to Burning Bright, a weekly podcast presenting poetry and prose from Passager. We're a couple days past St. Patrick's Day, but there's still celebratory green everywhere. We're going to celebrate green too, with 3 poems by people with green in their names. Beverly Greenspan said that this poem was inspired by a Writer's Almanac entry for January 21st, 2020. She said that date marks the date in 2008 of the last native speaker of the Ayak language. That was the language of a tribe of indigenous people in Alaska. Here's Beverly's poem, Into a Silence. The seals still jabber, and the orca whistles with its pod in the exuberant waters. But the words are forgotten that shaped the sense of sinew and wind, of shell and snow, of drums and mystery among the speakers of Ayak, since Marie Smith Jones, who was the last whose native tongue it was, died in 2008. Even those names, the common coinage of another language. But into that silence among the sea otters and the salmon, the stones under ice, and the new inarticulate roar of engines, came a student from a French school who had taught himself from DVDs to be the only one to speak the lost language fluently. At 21, he traveled to Alaska, trying to teach those who were speaking to each other without those words, astonishing them with his passion for what was abandoned, astonishing the summer sun and winter darkness, the whales and the birds of the sea, as if a shell full of the absence of what lived in it echoed against his ear as he set sail, his tongue navigating the wash of sound through which they were once known. Beverly Greenspan's poem, Into a Silence, from Passager's 2020 Poetry Contest issue. Beverly said she started trying to write poetry at age 6, and at age 72 she's still trying. William Greenway said that his poem Second Mortgage, quote, came from my anxiety about buying a house for me and my new bride, who is 33 years younger than I, gulp. So far we've had only 2 fights, when she scrambled eggs with a steak knife in my non-stick fry pan, and when she put my cured cast iron cornbread skillet in the dishwasher. But hell, when I was 29, I didn't know nothing either. Dumber than a bag of hammers, I had to be raised by another woman who taught me not to wear brown shirts with brown pants like some UPS driver, where and what the clitoris was, that the food in New Orleans beat Atlanta's all to hell, that car loans and credit cards are of the devil, and that when you move into a new house, the rugs you lay on the floors still have the sweepings underneath. Now this new woman is teaching me too, to think twice before I utter my you might wantas and my you might oughtas, to say nothing that doesn't have the shade tree shadow of love above or beside it, and to keep my hot-headed oven door mouth shut. Likewise the screen door of humility, which welcomes the cooling breezes in, but keeps the flies of friction out. From Passager Issue 50, William Greenway's Second Mortgage. Passager published Mac Green's poem, Walmart Killed My Granny, in its 2017 Poetry Contest issue. He said it's a true story, told by one of the main character's grandsons. He said his own grandma and great-grandma added additional details. Here's part of that poem. Green tennis balls shushed across the floor. The walker creaked and clicked. She paused to breathe and find her balance past the greeter and checkout lanes. Shush, click, pause, past Easter candy, little girls' flowery dresses, past cleaning supplies and dairy. They had called and said the little rocking chair was in, special ordered, with Michael carved across the back. Little Mikey was about to be 4, and he loved Granny's porch rocker. She smiled seeing them together on those long, slow evenings in July, rocking while the morning doves hoot in the pines. Granny dragged the box with that special order chair. Shush! Click! Pause. She dragged it past hardware, automotive, and electronics. Her house dress started feeling warm and sticky with sweat. Her hand cramped up in gardening. The box nearly tipped her into the Easter lilies. She dragged it through the pharmacy. When she stopped to rest, a boy and a girl with safety pins in their ears said they would carry it over to her truck. That night, Granny was feeling poorly. The next afternoon, her heart quit. Mikey kept asking, "When's she coming back?" Jeremy sobbed. Aunt Ellie wanted to sue, but we said Granny wouldn't ever put blame like that. An excerpt from Mac Green's poem, Walmart Killed My Granny. To subscribe to or learn more about Passager and its commitment to writers over 50, go to PassagerBooks.com. You can download Burning Bright from Spotify, Apple and Google Podcasts, and various other podcast apps. For Kendra, Mary, Christine, Roseanne, and the rest of the Passager staff, I'm John Shore.